Today, I will be ranking all 55 all-time Premier League UK football clubs. But here's the quirky twist. It's not based on the actual teams, no. I don't care about football enough to analyse that. Heck, I only know about one thing in football. The logos. So buckle in, because I'm looking through every football team and ranking them based on their logo design, writing down here my first thoughts and giving them a ranking S to F. And I'm going to do this in alphabetical order, starting with Arsenal. Their logo has a nice colour scheme of gold, red, blue and white. However, the colour scheme does become a bit monotonous with the myriad of similar coloured logos to come. I do like their cannon, directly centre stage, but as the text at the top telling me it's Arsenal, especially in that slanted typeface ducks points. But I do like the shield motif, making me place it solidly in C tier, middle of the road and a good baseline for all other teams to follow. Aston Villa actively attempts to duck that baseline. May I come out and say it, that I hate this line. And if I'm treating this like it's an actual logo to represent something, like a flag, it reminds me of American flags, with the fact that it can't stop telling me it's birthday. Like I get it, Aston Villa, you're created in 1847, well done. All said, I do like the colour scheme of dark red and baby blue, it is really appealing to me. Just could use without a line, placing it in D, for don't use lines. Next is Barnsley, and I unfortunately have to say, if I can't make out a single thing on your logo from your YouTube channel profile, then your logo is going low. It has its name in Arial font displayed at the top, like me trying to make a thumbnail. It also includes the smallest design possible, but I do like the dragon stop on top of the... wait, it's coat of arms section. A coat of arms on the logo, which is a coat of arms. It goes in F tier. Birmingham City is next. And it does the Aston Villa method of trying to woo you with the date of birth so that you forget how ugly the rest of the design is. Like Aston Villa at least had it being founded in the 40s going for it. Plus, the world's on top of the football makes it seem like Birmingham is a worldwide team. Of which is false, meaning it gets an F for false advertising. Now it's the Blackburn Rovers and oh gosh. So we use Arial font with our date split in two, then a dramatic Michael Bay font displaying this logo, which probably reads work harder, I can't speak Latin. The rose is pretty, but it's still pretty complex as well. It looks good, but the font is off-putting. A logo goes above B tier if they can do fonts right, or just not use them at all, and Blackburn goes to D for disorganised. Now, Blackpool Wanderers logo doesn't show up first thing in its Google search, meaning it's probably so hideous Google had to hide it from us, to spare us. And when I did find it, I was deemed correct, with this stupid football font, and a nice little label of progress to motivate their team. To add to this dumpster fire, they decided to shove a coat of arms in there. That includes a seagull, a national pride obviously, and a stupid lion, and what I can only imagine is to be a Nando's chicken. As this image is so low quality, I could count the pixels, straight to F. Now, I knew these were going to be bad when were going into this, and so good ones were there. And welcome, such as Bolton Wanderers. It's a nice concise design and has the decency not to yell its name at me in aggressive football font. Its bulk of a logo is a football with the team's initial made inside, and a nice blue and red colour palette. It's nice and simple compared to the colour pasta that Blackpool made. This goes in A tier. Bournemouth is next, which has a nice colour palette, but still yells its name at me in football font. The motif of a man heading a ball is nice. I would make a joke about how I wish Bournemouth could actually do that, but I haven't watched any football, and so I don't know Bournemouth's prowess. I imagine though, as I've never heard of it before now, it's probably not that high. This logo is almost on a fine line between chaos and perfection, and despite not being the best, it still lands itself in B. Bradford City oh. I thought we were on a 3-winning streak, but Bradford City shoves its, pardon my French, cock in here and says, don't leave without seeing this. A garish yellow and red makes some of the fonts illegible, especially from afar, probably for the better. Has the decency to not yell its birthday at us, but it does repeat its name, twice. One officially and one as the Bantams, which seems like a sitcom names, so I'll go and sit in D tier, yeah. Now it's Brentford, and let me get my bias out the way. I do like logos with animals in, which Brentford fulfills. However, it does everything else wrong. Football font yelling meaningless info at me about how it's created in 1889 or whatever. However, the B is very large and can be seen from a distance. And this seems like a total bias, but it's going in B for B. I'm Brentford. Oh, I'm biased too. Now we look at Brighton and Hove, which displays the English national bird, the seagull, bright and blue. We could get distracted and look at the font that is completely pointless, but the seagull is quite cool enough to distract me from the annoying curve of the text and put it in B tier. And yet again we are on a streak of above C, and Burnley will come along to shatter that dream. Burnley's horrible, has a smart-ass line with the wiggly typing next to a coat of arms, where it shows a stork. Obviously trying to buy animal points from me, but this doesn't work the same Brentford or Brighton did. As their animal are just not all there. However, they do have two minuscule Bs, putting them in C tier. Now comes Cardiff, the lovely swallow in the centre, with the Welsh dragon at the bottom. Cardiff's city font is yet again stupid and stopping it above A placement. The blue, red and white is so common it stops it from achieving A, meaning the highest I can give it is B with the other animal logos. Charlton Athletic FC is so bad with a capital B. It has a sword in the centre and the same mid-font around the outside. Can they stop making these logos circles? The sword is frankly stupid, as this is a football club, not a for-hire militia. I have to put this in C because I hate this logo for no reason, but I can't really think of a reason to rank it any lower. Now is one of the big football clubs that I've heard of before, Chelsea. And, well, not to burst your bubble, but it's going in D. I can't save this logo. And the terrible smart-ass lion, which I know is England's national animal, but at least try to stylize the terrible drawing of a lion. And around the side, we have the font of my nightmare. Slightly different than all the other football clubs, but it doesn't look right. The gold tinting maybe, or the odd angularity of it all. But all I know is Chelsea is going in D. Now is Coventry City, which adds to the list of the bad. Has two eagles holding the football, except one of the artists got lazy and removed one foot. Elephant and castle symbol is a nice touch, but not saving it there, it looks awkward sat there. And the third most terrible logo design trope, the ribbon with words on, deducts points, landing it in C for Coventry. Crystal Palace is next, a bright blue eagle perched on the infamous Crystal Palace in grey. The day of birth printed on this logo like some sort of stamp is at least trying to be hidden, and the red football doesn't immediately stand out, more seeming as a large glass window. This results in a lovely ranking in B. Derby County has two different logos, but the Premier League website lists this one as the main one, meaning this is the one we're looking at, and wow, it's the best so far. A simple design with a hidden football. It's a ram, which is a nice touch, and the fact they didn't feel the need to, at least in most variants, plaster their dates of birth gives some much needed cleanliness to the logo. This is the first S tier. And as ever, it's downhill, with Everton, and its interesting idea. Has a nice water bottle font with the Latin motto plastered across the bottom. Then we have two laurels and a church roof, which seems exceedingly complicated, and I hate too much complication on a design, but I may just put Everton down as a representative for C tier. Fulham FC is basic, split their initials on a slant, not too much to critique or praise. This is averagely average, C tier. Now, it's time for Huddersfield. And I'm sorry, Mari, but have you seen your team's logo? All I can see is clutter on clutter, protecting another football font on mid-design. I don't mind the dog up there, and I don't mind the nice central logo, but it's too much clutter. A knight with a dog for a head standing between a shield of more things on it with the date of birth slapped there for no reason. Huddersfield, as nice as your supporters may be, I would be lying to rank you above C, so you're going to go straight to D tier. Hull is next with a similar issue, but of less scale. Sure, the three crowns are finicky and technical, and clustered, but it's not the worst, especially compared to some other terrible logos to come. I don't mind the colour scheme except the random black text on the outside. They obviously didn't consult a logo designer before making this because it lands them in C tier for clutter. Ipswich is next with horse. Sure, has a common design, but it's in a turret motif and has a bit more variety. Red on white and blue is basic but still looks good. The main detractions from this logo is the font, and this logo doesn't really need text to be a strong design, but it seems the logo designer wanted to show their bosses they could combine all these elements. So Ipswich goes to C tier, but the top of C tier, because I do like the logo. Leeds is next, and try and guess my thoughts from the logo, because the thought I had was low. Probably bottom of C. I really hate this font, like really, really hate it. Pair with the random bar of white. These should just turn the centre bar blue and their logo would be an instant A. Well, maybe remove some of the other stuff, like the name, but yeah, you could work on it. Leicester City tried and failed. The fox they tried was too real. It's unnerving. They added more fancy version of a regular football font, just for fun, and gave the fox unsettling eyes. Please, just move the fox away from me. It's going in D, but don't look at me again. Now, this is sure to get controversial, as I have a row of 1, 2, 3 in a row, maybe, of really popular football teams. So, first, we're going to get Liverpool out the way. I need to prepare for the Liverpool sounds for my home address, yada yada yada. Liverpool is bad. There, I said it. I was gonna yap a bunch about how you shouldn't hate on me for this, but the logo is odd. It gives more polished Blackpool vibes, with the green and red not matching at all. And the fantasy football font informing us that this is the Liverpool, and it was in fact established in 1829. I do like the little pub-esque top though. It goes top of D. Now, here's my grace period to tell you how bad Luton is. However much merit is given by the B is taken away by the odd hat, and the football font, and the bale of hay. I mean, let the B be the centre and you'd be way up, but for now, enjoy D tier. Okay. Manchester City. One half of the debate I need to be careful where I rank the Manchester teams. Manchester City is cool in the same way I think pirate flags are cool. Which is odd, I know, but they are pretty cool. It looks nice, and putting aside the font could be an A-tier design. Yeah, again, there's the fonts which are yelling at me to put it in B tier, which I oblige. Man City, B tier. Please don't open. Oh, fine. And now Manchester United, the Jolly Roger. I'm serious. Same way Manchester City has the Pirates flag itch scratched, so does Man United. Although the creature in the centre representing the Jolly Roger to me isn't probably the real intention, but let me dream. The centre is good. It's just the rest that isn't. It screams, I want to be cool too. I can't join the Cool Kids Club, so I decided to take out a page out of the D-tier pages to try and do it better. It didn't work. Man United is C-tier. My email is shadowtigerinbox@gmail.com if you want to pay me, Man City. Just bring that out there. Middlesbrough, it's got the smart house line and the most fancy font possible, giving me the make meme royalty, which is putting it down 70-fold to a D-tier. Newcastle has the small version of the smart house line, and has 2 half-horse, half-fishes, holding a black and white striped banner. Let me mark this down as, oh, it's a fancy font, never mind, D tier. Norwich is good. It draws lines differently, and has a bird. Do you know where to take the birds and the bees? Into B tier. Love the colour scheme too, if anyone wants to take a hint. So, bumping it up to A tier. Nottingham Forest is also nice, giving US City vibes in a good way, landing in B tier, which is really generous as I did decide to write his name at the bottom of the essay. Alton has 2 logos, and the more smooth one is used on the wiki page, so that's the one I'm using. If anyone interested in the other design, it would be a B. D even. But this design is so nice and simple, ignoring the text has a certain charm, but as it has the text, it can't go to the exclusive S tier club, landing it in A tier. Yes, I'm going to veto my previous decision. In the script, I wrote B. I'm going to change it up to A. Now I'm looking at it again. Portsmouth gives Ottoman vibes, but it's kind of cool. However, mine is for the obvious, font and text along with date of birth. Down in C tier for Caliphate. There you go. Queen Park Rangers is also class 3. Don't be alone, Huddersfield. For the sheer clutter of it all, I may need to show it the way to D tier, but it is significantly smoother than the other clutters, so I might be low C tier to me. And I thought another F tier would be impossible, but Reading lets me down. Stupid line, stupid crown, stupid fancy font, stupid yellow ball that add more colour to this disaster on legs may not be the worst F tier, but it definitely isn't D tier, so it's going F tier. And on that train of thought is a blow-up sword Sheffield. Don't like the font, or the swords, or the date, or the flowers to be honest, I just don't like it. So, it's simple, but that makes the war crimes committed by this font and this bendy sort of handles worse. Goes bottom of D tier. Sheffield Wednesday is bad too, a streak of horrible. This owl is Leicester City vibes on the owl. It's like literally staring at me, and I prefer it leave me alone. The also terrible S and W in the corner adds to the D tier. I'm gonna give it D maybe, but it's lucky I didn't give it a high F. I'm so much considering it right now. Southampton is refreshingly average. Has sparse text, which is nice from time to time with a nice clean line work up at the top. The only part is the Yorkshire Rose haphazardly shoved across the bottom. This goes in B. Stoke City is also mid. It's just lines and text. That's all you need to land yourself in C tier, safely, calmly. And Sunderland is bad. It's bad. Like, it's as bad as Man United. Like, bad design thing as Man United, if you get what I mean. Two smart-ass lions holding up the most basic design of a Greek temple. Stripe, bridge, with text either side. The one on top obscuring the thing that you had it going for you. The pub sign motif, low D. Swansea City. It's simple, with barely any text, and even better, it's an animal. Appealing to my toddler brain. Going up in heavenly A tier. No more S tiers yet, though. Soon. Swindon happens to be a cluster of bad too. Spamming text and colours like there's no tomorrow. I like the robin and the train. Not much else though. That lands it high F or low D, if it's lucky. Depends how I feel when I'm editing this. Tottenham is nice, like the rooster and the simple design. The only negative is the text, but that didn't stop many from getting to birds and bees tier. So go to B and be free Tottenham. Watford is chill, like its logo has a moose. That looks so done with life. And that is unironically the funniest thing I've seen on a logo in a while. Like, the moose looks like it's on 10 cups of caffeine. I also like the colours, which is a nice bonus. Also, adding to the hilarity, they just added the words Watford in the most brutalist font possible. Give it to high A tier, I think. Yeah. West Bromwich is interesting, got the white lines of doom and the football font. They coloured in the robin, adding some complexity on their end, but not too bad, probably a B tier. Was any other main team gonna do well? Well, yes. But West Ham is good. Nice design, nice colours, bad font and text. But if Man City goes to B, West Ham can too. Wigan Athletics, for lack of better terms, is bland and uninspiring. A strong contender for best crown-themed logo, but not a contender for best overall. Look at that font, it's giving Chelsea. And then it has a tree and a crown, but at least stylize the tree into a blue-gold colour scheme. Go forth to high D. Wimbledon should just stay a tennis place. The logo is bad. Not cluster bad or complex bad, but it's just off-putting. I do like the eagle, and I can't rank it off vibe, so I might as well just put it in A tier. Screw you, I actually like this. It's a nice colour palette, has a nice design, and has fresh birds. Love those birds. Last but not least, Wolverhampton. What is there to say? Love the stylized wolf. Love the hexagon usage. It's got an appealing colour scheme, and it all culminates in a brilliant design. A design S tier worthy. Now, what's the takeaway? Please don't use fonts or complicated designs in your logo. Please. And if I get enough likes, I'd look at some other logos and rank them. Let's put it at 100 likes for now, shall we? Oh, and by the way, I don't make mistakes, so this tier list is certified facts. Thank you for watching. See ya. Oh yeah. Just before I go, screw you, Blackpool fans, and see you next time. Bye!